It's fine. Yeah. It's interesting the fact that he will help people, but he will not help people at home. And so this suggests that there are different value systems at work, or that there are different consequences for the actions. Consequences means basically results for the actions. That there are greater rewards, that would be prizes, for helping people outside of the home rather than inside. The it's part of the king psychology, which is whenever the king is not at home, he must present himself as the king, because he has in his own mind that expectation. He cannot present himself as a normal person, he must present himself as the king. However, when he is at home, he has to visit the bathroom like everybody else has to visit the bathroom. And so there are no real kings at home. I mean, at home, the king kind of loses his power at home. What is important for the king is the kingdom. But you know, when the king returns to his castle, what does he have to do? What does he have to rule over? What does he have to change? There's basically very little there. And so that also connects with the idea that kings decree, which means they give orders. They are traditionally not very good listeners, and they traditionally enjoy a lot of drama as well. And so one of the things that kings traditionally do is they create situations, or yeah, spectacles and games and events and entertainment, and there are many men who fall into that category. Now the king is only balanced if there is a queen of equal value to the king. Kings and queens, right? Well, the queen must be of equal value to the king, which means that the the queen cannot essentially be a normal person.
This is problem.
Yeah.
This is a big problem then.
Yeah, because there is an expectation of a certain role to be fulfilled by the queen. Now, traditionally throughout history, this would be a person who had perhaps not the most likable characteristics. Perhaps they were slightly arrogant. They talked a lot.
Of course.
They were very much.
Because I am here those times.
Yes,
Yes, and
exactly.
then everything is working.
They have a similar expectation
Yes,
of the
but
world.
when not,
when the king is enjoying his role,
And he needs somebody next to him.
exactly. Normal people are not interested in these kinds of activities. They
But are types of people who likes games, who don't like real life.
yeah, it is theater, and it's an even bigger theater when you are not telling the truth, because if you don't tell the truth, you create confusion. A mess, bordel. You create confusion. People don't know what is right and what is wrong, and what happened and what didn't happen, and what they should do and what they should not
Then
do.
everything is possible. And everything can be true.
If you retain or keep the truth for yourself and give everyone else information which is not true, you will always have power. If you keep the truth for yourself, or what you think is the truth for yourself, and the information that you give to other people is not correct, is not exact, is not specific, is not true, then you will always have control over them, because they will never know what is right. Yeah. It's very dangerous to believe your own lies.
This is what this is.
I mean, that's it. You are then drinking your own medicine, which, if you're telling the truth, is fantastic, but if you're not, it's extremely poisonous. We all have a tendency to believe our own lies. Yeah, for some people it's not enough to just be. They have to be more. Now, there's a natural element of the human psychology which is competitive. And people like competition. They like playing games in that way. No, that's the power of controlling your mind and knowing your own mind. And recently I have been focusing a lot on how my mind creates my reality. And I'm looking at the work that I'm doing, and I'm thinking, how did I get here? Like, I'm thinking, what am I doing now? And what did I do to get here to this point? And it's interesting that almost nothing happens as I imagine it, but having the imagination is like having a guide to try to lead you in the right direction. For example, I'm finishing building a website for the school, and there is nothing that has been exactly as I imagined it would be. I had all these no, it's a realization of the fact that the imagination, the vision is just a guide. It doesn't tell you exactly what is going to happen, but it can allow you to have experiences. And there's so much of life which is testing things, preparing things, and you never really know which thing is going to be useful in which place.
Yes, of course.
I have often heard the phrase that everything you can imagine is real. And there's the important element of that is that if you don't have imagination, you you can't create. Yeah, because our imagination is linked to our expectation. First, we imagine something, and then we look in the world around us for examples or signs of that thing. It seems to me that that's very much how we live our life, in search of our imagination. And so if we don't have great imagination, we don't live great lives. It's impossible. It's important to dream big